Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today the lighting is kind of a weird situation because I have the window open because today I have dress rehearsal and I'm going to be doing my stage makeup. So I'm trying to get as much light on me as possible so I can kind of make sure I'm not too washed out. But yeah, today is dress rehearsal and it's been a while since I did a tutorial, so I wanted to come on and do like a get ready with me and chat about what's been going on. So first, brows. I haven't shown my stage makeup in a really long time, and even though it is just rehearsal, you do a full face. So I actually washed like every single one of my brushes too. So I'm very excited to do this. So for my stage makeup, I use powder for my brows, not just the brow glue that I've been using or like my fibers, because my brows are so light that if I don't fill them in with a powder as well, they disappear from my face. So I'm just using a brush and drawing them in. I'm not doing anything super dramatic with the shape, kind of just following the natural shape, but I am making them a lot darker than I have been wearing them. What's been going on with everyone? I had like a crazy work week the last 2 weeks, where I had to get everything turned in and done, and I took on like a lot of high priority topics, so I wasn't able to film much. And then I have been like prioritizing the gym and getting a good amount of sleep because I was having some like health stuff going on with my heart, but now we've seemed to have gotten that all under control. So I know this is very professional, me using my fingers to kind of blend the edges of my brows, but it's what works best for me. I'm gonna lay these down with the Thick It, Stick It stuff from NYX that I've been using to add just a little more volume and set everything. I'm using like, our costume is all black, but we have a flannel on top of it that has some like teals in it, and that's what I want to go for with the overall look. So gonna be using some different colors and some different glitters today. Also, my favorite glitter brand that had they shut down for a little bit is actually relaunching this month, and I'm super excited for them. It's Sin Cosmetics. It's the only glitter, like loose glitter I use on here. I'm super excited to see what they come out with. I've enjoyed their brand for quite a few years. They're one of the first ones that like I did swatches for and got. They had sent me a gift card and stuff. Like after I had already bought a bunch of their products, they sent me a gift card as like a thank you, which was super nice, and they did not need to do that, and that was not my goal from talking about them. But yeah, they decided they were gonna send me some stuff, and then I reviewed that stuff, and it was super nice. So I definitely want to do something very dramatic. I think I'm going to start with a black shadow in the crease. Pat this on because I don't want it to get too dark too quickly. A lot of people for stage makeup use like smoky grays and that kind of stuff. I prefer to use a lot of color, and then this is going to be a lot of blending. Okay, I don't want to go too dark here. I think that's going to be dark enough because I don't want it to look like I have like a black eye. So yes, we are gonna leave that as is, and then I'm gonna take, I think this really pretty, I've used this color a lot lately, but it's kind of the perfect color for this. This kind of, it's a matte like deep blue teal all over the lid. And I know it's gonna be chalky at first, but I'm just gonna use this as a base I'm not going to take that too high up because I'm going to take that brush I used before to blend the black and blend the edges of this. Yeah, I'm very excited for rehearsal. This dance it's not one of the hardest dances I've ever done, but it is very technical, I would say. It's very sharp and crisp, and timing is everything. So it's, you know, you have to kind of really pay attention to the people in front of you, even if they're a little bit off. You kind of have to match the timing up. I'm going to take this shimmery blue I have and put this on the inside of my lid. First half, because it's very shimmery, and that'll keep the glitter from getting in my actual eye, because that is not a fun feeling. Now we'll glitter. This is in cosmetics. This is in the color Karma, and it's this beautiful blue. It's very similar to my shirt. I'm just gonna tap this right on the outer half of the lid so you guys can see. It's super sparkly, very pretty reflex, and that will stick. That will not move. It won't fall out. It'll be perfect. Now we'll do, in the inner corner, I'm going to take a little bit of this. This is a Sugar Pill shadow. This is in Candy Crush. I'm just going to take my pinky and tap that on the inner corner. And then we'll blend it here in a second, because that looks a little bit crazy. So we're going to blend it just a little. It'll look better once I put everything else on. Now a liner. I use NYX liquid liner always for performances. That glitter adhesive too helps a lot when you're doing liner over top of the glitter. Stops a lot of it from lifting up and causing your liner to get really chunky. That might be the easiest thing I've done in a very long time. Okay, now that I got my liner on, we're gonna do the lashes. I'm gonna curl, and then I'm doing the Lift Effect Ardell's. These are in 743. I realized while putting my lashes on, I forgot to put on mascara, which not the worst thing in the world because they'll blend together, but I hate trying to find my real lashes in amongst the other lashes, because then I usually either pull a lash off or miss my actual lashes or poke myself in the eye. Let's start with my primer. I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff under my eyes too. I just want to have my base on first so I don't have to go back and touch it up. So starting with some of this brightening primer. Oh, I got a new Apple Watch band too today. It's got lemons on it. I love it. So for foundation, I'm going to be using my Milani Conceal and Perfect, which I have not used in a long time. Actually, probably a little bit darker than what I need right now. It's a little bit more yellow for sure than what I normally use. But this foundation looks really good on stage, and it's sweat proof, waterproof, and like very long lasting. So during all my backstage time and when I'm warming up and stuff, this will be good. I prefer having a little bit of a darker base for stage makeup too, because when I go in with my concealer, it makes it definitely more pronounced. I'm going to use this liquid contour from NYX. This is in the shade Cinnamon. Again, this is a little bit darker than what I would normally go for. I'm being very light with it too. And I'm going to start with just this little bit, and then I have a small sponge so that I don't move it around too much. I really need those like contour sticks, but I just haven't gotten into those. Now I'm going to use some concealer outside of the eyes, a little bit on the inner corners, and then on my nose. I hit the Cupid's bow and my chin. I'm going to use the clean part of this to blend this all out. All right, for the contour on my nose, I'm just gonna use my regular powder because I don't want it to be too dark. Contour this out, I'll round it off at the bottom. Then I'm gonna do a little bit on my forehead, just a little bit of bronzer to shape it a little bit and make my forehead not look so plain. I mean, it's weird to me because I look so much tanner than I am, but we'll make it all work. Let's do the under eyes, shall we? I'm gonna take a little bit of this bright blue that I have, this matte bright blue, and go from the wing about halfway. And you know what, I'm gonna take a little bit of black and put that just on the waterline. And then I want to add like a pop of like a really bright color. So I'm going in with this neon green that I've used forever. This is my favorite neon green. This is Tokidoki's Soya. I don't even think they make it anymore. All right, super bright and pretty underneath. I like that a whole bunch. And the way it blends with the blue creates like a really pretty teal. Okay, so now let's powder everything. I'm gonna set with this e.l.f. HD finishing powder and a big old brush. I'm mainly gonna focus it on the center of my face. I'm not gonna worry about the outsides too much, but I will hit my neck because when I go to change my shirt, I don't want any of this makeup coming off. Plus this will blend everything too. All right, now for blush, I'm gonna go in with a pink. That it gives me a good amount of color. Not clown-like because there's some stage makeup that can get very clown-like. This is just, it's very draggy, very colorful. Now we've done all that, let's highlight a bit. I am gonna go under my brow bone with this. This is Honeymoon from ColourPop. I love a shimmery brow highlight. Tip of the nose, bridge in the nose with the shimmer, and then of course our cheeks. I'm going to tap this around my eyes. Now the lips. So the lips, I wanted to try a new technique to try and make them look like rose petals, is what the girl on TikTok said. So I'm going to watch that video back real quick and then show you guys if I can do it. So first she went in with her base color. Now she did this with like reds and purples. I'm going in with a pinky shade, like a deep raspberry, because red is just not gonna fit this eye look. So then she lined her lips. I'm going to use this NYX liner. This isn't the exact right color, but it's what I got. So after that, she went in with a darker shade. I'm going in with Roulette by Purple Rain. Or sorry, by Colored Rain. Juniper wants attention. Hold on. Wah! It's a kitty. It's a kitty. See, she doesn't want attention once you actually give it to her. So I'm going to take a brush because that's what she did. We're going to create an ombre around our lips. I'm blending with my finger because that brush is not blending it fast enough. I went a little too dark on the outside, so I'm going to add some more of the berry color in the middle. Okay, so here they are. I think they're quite pretty. I think the ombre is really pretty. I'm just going to clean up the outside with a little bit of my concealer and a sponge just because they look a little messy on the bottom. Plus this will help create that like round shape that I love. A little foundation so it's not too light. So much better. Now let's go do some hair. All right, so we're in the bathroom. Obviously the lighting isn't perfect, but we make do. So my hair is fairly clean. I washed it last night, so it should be good for today. A lot of people like styling their hair when it's dirty. I personally like it clean. I think it gives me a better sense of what the hair really wants to do versus what I can make it do, which isn't a whole lot. So going to brush all this forward. And yes, my scalp is sunburned. And then I'm going to take basically the bang pieces a little bit further back than the bang pieces. But I'm going to grab all my blonde, or my money pieces as they're called, plus a little bit of hair. And yes, my roots need done. The parting on this doesn't have to be perfect, because when we put the other hair in that I'm going to use, it will all even out. Although I do feel like, there we go. This piece here, all this blonde and the little bit of red I have, we're going to break it into 3 sections and braid it. I hold my braid straight out so that when I pull it up, it gives me a little bit of a bump, gives me a little poof in the front. So just like a little bit of volume. I don't know what kind of braid this is. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know if it's French. It's 3 strands. That's it. It looks cool with the way my hair is because there's 2 different colors, so it creates a really pretty braid. A little elastic. Put it down a little ways. So just start pulling from the top, fanning it out, making it look a little bit thicker. That will go back like that. But first, I have to pull the rest of my hair up. So, you can take whatever kind of hair tie you want. I just use a scrunchie because it gets covered up anyway. And we're going to do a high pony. So, just make sure I get this top layer back and up, out of the way. And then pull that back into it. Go around once because I have thin hair, so I need a little bit of a base there. And then I just do a loop like this. Fan it out a little bit. Yes, I have a bit of a tail, so we can pull that back. Now I'm going to put in my hair piece. This is from Temu, whatever it's called. And it is a fake, obviously fake hair piece. I just have to decide which way it goes. You got to kind of shake these out and kind of play with them a little bit to figure out how you want them. But this one has blonde pieces like my hair. So, okay. Put it around like that, create a nice big bun. And then we're going to mess with these pieces here. So now we style. I want this to be fun and that you can see all the colors, but I also want it to look, you know, nice and curly. So I'm pinning some of the pieces back and just bobby pinning it into that base we created. Pin this all down. I know in the back there's pieces that are just kind of sticking out. So I'm going to pin those in as well. And then just play with the top so it doesn't look so much like a rat's nest. So here it is. It is pinned in the back so that everything is covered. And watch, I'm going to watch this back and it's going to look terrible. But it looks much more put together in person than on camera. So now we glitter and hairspray. This water resistant styling glue, not even gel, it says glue. And like, it is like glue. But it's to spike your hair. I promise there's not a ghost. Juniper just walked in. But it's by Joico. And it's really meant to spike your hair, but I'm going to use it to lay back the sides and back of my hair. So we're just gonna slick all this back so that there's no flyaways and it stays where it needs to be. Same thing for the back of my hair, just from the nape of my neck up. I just want to give it a nice crust basically. So I'm all slicked down all around. Now on this, I'm gonna do the glitter, I think, on the sides of the braid. Take just a small amount and go kind of back like this. Trying not to screw up the whole thing, but I think I just kind of pulled that piece out. Okay, I kind of bobby pinned it down, made it better. We'll see. But glitter. I'm going to take the biggest, chunkiest glitter I have, which is this stuff that's actually nail glitter, and just put this along my braid. So once I'm glittered, we spray to seal it all in. So I'm going to put my costume on, get ready to go. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me for my dress rehearsal, and I will see you guys in the next one.